Hey guys, welcome to Catch Jam in the Car. Today we have special guest, Tehran.
Do you ever say not special guest? Do you ever just go, yo, today we have a guest. Today we have just some average person.
You are special. Come on, you put me in your show. You means a lot for me.
I appreciate it.
And I still remember the text message you sent to me about finding the voice.
Finding your voice as a comedian is very important. It's something that a lot of people don't ever express to you. They just tell you, but they never tell you what to do. And finding your own voice is the most important thing.
Yes, that's why I think you're special, because it's amazing lesson for me to learn as a new comic, and you are a very amazing comedian.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
last
you.
time I remember I have a bunch of friends came to the show, and then afterwards they kept telling me, say, he's so funny, he's such a great host.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, lots of my old friends were there.
That's what's up. Yeah, you did have a lot of people that came and supported you, which is very amazing. A lot of people don't realize how important support is when it comes to being a comedian. But finding your own voice, being comfortable on stage, those things are actually more important than being funny. You would think that being funny is the most important part of being a comedian, and it's important, don't get me wrong, but it's not as important as the foundation. It's just like in basketball, where yes, it's important that you can make a shot, but learning how to dribble and play defense and guard and make a layup, these things are more important. It leads to that good foundation.
Yes, after I received your text message, I started rewriting lots of my jokes, and that means a lot to me. By the way, Tehran, if you want a massage, this car can give you a massage.
I get it. You're Asian. Oh, the car. I was like, whoa, what are we doing here? Like,
not
whoa.
from me, okay? One time this guy asked me to give him Thai massage. I'm like, I'm Chinese, bitch.
Yeah.
No, there's a button there. If you want to get a massage, you can press a button.
I'm very familiar with the Tehran. It's a great car, by the way.
Yeah, so not from me. I know I'm Asian. Yeah, so anyway.
People always think Asian people give I don't even know why Asian people are the ones to get massages. Like, if you're, I need like more, I think like I would rather get a Russian massage. Like, I want some like Russian hands, just like these big manhandling hands massaging my back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know why. Do you like Thai massage, by the way?
I'm not really a massage person, to be honest.
So you don't like people touching you?
I don't like when people touch me so much. Like, like you're touching me, it has to be purpose. I do like certain massages, but some people just like kind of wisp it and they're like, and I'm like, no, like I don't want a happy ending. My happy ending is getting the snot out of my back.
Yes.
Let's get the snot out of let's massage my neck. Let's
try Thai massage. Then I've seen like people do Thai massage, they step on you.
Oh no, that's BDSM. I like somewhere in the middle, you know? Don't beat me up. Like I don't want Mike Tyson either, you know? Somewhere in the middle. I like somewhere in the middle. Where it's like it's a little aggressive, but it's also very caring and touching. And I don't want you to be like, you like this? Like, nah, I don't want to get beat
massage.
up. Yeah, I don't
it's like people step on you.
Yeah, I don't need the LAPD giving me a massage. I just need something right in the middle.
Actually, just help you to feel relaxed, right? Have you ever tried Chinese foot massage?
Chinese foot massage?
They just massage your feet. And you can feel sleep, because they set at different points on your feet. Some like sleeping points on your feet as well, like a Chinese.
I believe them. I've never done it, but I believe very heavily in these techniques that are what we consider ancient and especially Eastern. I believe in those as if those are a form of science that we've neglected over the years. So I heavily believe in that. Just like there's a lot of understanding in the Middle Eastern community, in the African community, the Asian community, that has been long removed by Western science. So if they say it, if an old Chinese man says something, I listen. Like it could be anything.
Man says,
you know what I'm saying? I listen. Oh, there's a fortune cookie? I'll play these numbers. Like whatever an old Chinese man says, I'll just listen.
Yes, that's why.
Always listen to an old Chinese man and an old black man. Those are the two people you should always listen to.
Yeah, that's why they don't age, don't crack.
That's how it works. Yeah.
All right, so Tehran, how did you get into comedy? I know I've seen you so many times. We never talk about this. I'm so fascinated about your own story. Like, how did you get into comedy?
It's so interesting. I actually never wanted to be a comedian. Like a lot of comedians, like, oh, my whole life I want to be a comedian. I definitely didn't want to be a comedian my whole life. You know, the other person you should always listen to, old black women. And I wanted to get into music, not be a musician myself. I wanted to get into music management and I basically wanted to be Puff Daddy. as you can tell by the shiny coat. You know what
By
I'm
the
saying?
way, Tehran has the best style. You always have great style.
Usually I just wear bathrobes.
That's
so
why
this
you
is
can
me
like,
and Joe.
yeah, like you kind of reminded me of Puff Daddy.
Yep.
It's like-
But my thing is,
yeah.
I wanted to be Puff Daddy. Like, not just Puff Daddy, but I wanted to be, this person who basically cultivated music. And so I worked in that field, and I actually went to law school. But there's a lot of other things that come along with it. So,
You went to law school?
yeah.
Oh wow! So did you pass the bar?
Yeah, I did everything. I just don't, I don't do anything. I just don't do anything with it.
But you can still be a lawyer, right? If
Yeah,
you want
technically speaking. Yeah, of course.
You're so smart. You pass the bar.
That's actually, I wish passing the bar made you smart, but when you go to like law school, you realize a lot of stupid people run the world. You're like, whoa, how is this happening? More of us need to be involved. Like, that's what it teaches you for real.
Yeah, there are lots of lawyers, right? Because I read this statistics. They said there are too many law school students graduate every year.
Yeah, because law school is just, people realize it's just a continuation of your overall education, and that there's so many law schools, and it became like a norm to just, okay, I don't know what I want to do, but you need to have a higher degree. There was a time where, oh, you graduated high school, and you were like, oh, you graduated high school. And then it was like, oh, you went to college. That's all you needed. Now it's like you have 3 PhDs, 2 masters, and a JD, and they're like, I don't know. I guess you can work at this McDonald's,
So Tehran, you talked about music was your passion, right? Do you think one day you still see yourself pursue that as well, besides doing comedy?
No. So I wanted to be music management. And then what happened was, artists are very difficult to deal with. And that's actually what led me to comedy, is that I worked with these artists, and I'm like working with these artists, and some of them are big name artists now. And I was like, oh my gosh, they are driving you insane. Like, how do you feel like Kanye West management team feels? I'm like, oh, why do you keep ruining our lives? So I decided I wanted to become my own artist. And the only skill that I have, I can't sing, I can't rap, I can't dance, I can't play an instrument, but I can use my sense of humor. And I've always been a smartass, and I was like, let me at least use this and make this go to work. And I got into comedy.
Yeah, because you mean, being a comedian, I also feel like you kind of reminded me of a very smart businessman as well, because you run your show at Laugh Factory.
I run shows, yeah.
How many years there now?
I've been there for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
So I think anyone can run your show at Laugh Factory for 10 years. That's like amazing. It's like a show business, right?
That's what it is, the show business. And it should actually be called business show, because the business part of it is way more important a lot of times.
Yeah.
A lot of artists just want to focus on the show part. But the show, by the way, the show is very important. You should be good at what you're doing. But understanding the business side is very important too, if not more important. It gets you ahead. Anytime you ever feel like, oh, this person's not that good, how they get ahead? It's because their business was good.
Okay.
Because they were good at business. They were good at the little things. They were good at doing all the things you weren't willing to do.
So Tehran, do you see yourself more like a businessman or more like a comedian in the next 10 years?
I think that they're both the same in the next 10 years. I think we're growing to a part where you see a lot of artists. So, for example, in the music business, there was a time where the Puff Daddies of the world were known for, people thought they were taking advantage of artists, but really what they were doing was just business. And the artists didn't know the business. But now you see a lot of people who do know the business. They understand the business. They study the business, and they're artists. So in the future, in 10 years, I think that'll be the trend, is that you'll have a lot of comedian business people, or music business people, or TV business people, where they understand the business as well as their craft.
Yeah, it's kind of like in order to become a successful artist, you need to be an entrepreneur, right?
Exactly. Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that's definitely a great example. So how do you run your show so successfully for 10 years at one of the best venue, Laugh Factory Hollywood? Is there any like secret?
Yeah, you have to join the Illuminati. I killed a cousin. It's fine. Like, I didn't even really like him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like him. Honestly, it's persistence. It's being self-motivated. And also it's a lot of politics. Comedy, just like any business, there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of networking. Your network is your net worth. There's a lot of pleasing a lot of different people to make sure things run successfully. You have to be in the know. You have to know which comedians get along and which don't. You need to always be out there. And the thing is, and I say this time and time again, every show is a bringer show. Now, for those of you who don't know what a bringer show is, a bringer show in comedy is when comedians start out, there's these low-level shows in which the comedian is responsible for bringing 10 people paying people to the show in order to be able to get 10 minutes, for example. And they have to bring paying people, and that collective paying amount of people pays for the show, it pays for the booker, and pays the venue, and that's how the comedians get to perform. Well, and it's called bringer shows. They're very low level, and they're very entry level shows. The truth is, every show is a bringer show. The difference is, every week I bring 300 people to my show, which is a sellout, and every week Kevin Hart brings 300,000 people to his show. Once I bring 300,000 people to a show, I'm Kevin Hart. So, and it doesn't mean with this bringer shows, the entry levelness, you have to remove that. But once you get to a certain level of being good, then you also have to work on having a fan base, having people that are willing to support your art, who aren't just your friends, having people that will come to watch you. Because that's, even when I book my show, that's one of the ways I think is like, is this person good enough to perform at the world famous Laugh Factory? Okay. Now, is this person actually helping my show? Is this person helping by having some type of draw? That's the only thing. How does someone get famous? Is people not only realize they're good, they support that person. It's not always the person who has the best skill that becomes the most famous.
Yeah, I feel like so like just profound how you define like bringer show, that when you said it, it's just so great.
Well, it's a real thing. When people hit me up, if someone told me, first thing I'll look at is the person good enough to be on the show? Second thing I look at is, how many followers do they have? You can be really good, but you have 500 followers. And honestly, people get really offended and they're like, oh, well, what does it matter? It matters. If you're taking this serious, then you should have a big followership too.
Wow.
Andrew Schultz takes it serious, and he has millions of followers.
So like, do you think nowadays people are talking about comedians like, oh, followers are more important, or like, those people just go to open mic and pass as comedian, like, like they said, a comedy club would have two different kind of category, right? One is like those influencers has a huge following. Another one is those like comedians that may not have following, but old school way thinking they're good comedian. Like, which category you think?
Both. You need to be both. You need to be. You need to be just hilarious. You need to be Tony Baker. You need to be these comedians who are very good comedians, and they also have a huge following because they worked on their craft, and then they also did the little things. They also, all the silly things that a lot of people overlook, they went and did. They made skits. They put out content. Clayton Thomas. You need to be CT. You need to be the comedians that do this consistently. So you don't just need to be an influencer. I have a million followers, but I'm not good. And you don't have to be just a comedian. I'm really good, but no one knows me. Be both.
Yeah.
Be a really good comedian who also has a lot of followers.
Right. So, Tehran, do you see yourself as like a comedian, just always perform at clubs, like a tour comedian? Do you see yourself later on as like a TV and a film, kind of get on talk show? How do you see yourself like in the next 10 years?
So personally, I am definitely a comedian who loves the stage. So even though I do a lot of theaters when I'm on the road, I love the Laugh Factory stage. I love that intimate feel. I love being able to be on stage and it feels like I'm having a conversation with every single person. Because comedy is a conversation. It's not a presentation.
Right.
It's you're bearing who you are, and you're having this very intimate connection with the audience. However, I do TV and I do film, and even though it's never been a high priority on my list, as I've grown, I realize how it's important. It's important to be on TV and film, so the more people know you, so that you get more chances to be that intimate person that you want to be on stage. You get to be a combination of Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart. You get to be a combination of Wanda Sykes and Amy Schumer. You get to be both. Like, you get to perform and you get to be on TV and get known.
Yeah. So there is like interesting question right now. Lots of people ask comedians that says, if somebody gave you $5 million, said, I give you $5 million, but you cannot do comedy anymore. You cannot step on the stage for the rest of your lifetime. Will you take that $5 million?
Yo, honestly, I love comedy like with all my heart. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm taking the $5 million. I'm gone. I will for $5 million. I'll never laugh again. I'm letting you know right now. If someone gave me $10 million, I will never smile. It'd be like, Tehran, happy birthday. Thanks. Like 10 million, never doing anything ever again. 15 million, yo.
There's price tag.
You'd have to pay me to stop sucking your penis. Like you would have for $15 million, they'd have to pay me another 15 to stop. Be like, thank you, sir. Thank you. Honestly, the price tag, for me, I don't know if it exists, but it would have to be more than what I think I would make from a comedy career. And like 5 million nowadays is what? 3 dates at Catch? Like it's crazy. The way money just is, has no value now.
Right. Money doesn't make you happy, right? Or so many people have so much money, but they're not happy, community suicide.
Sure, but it turns out being broke doesn't make you happy either.
Total broke is even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, Tehran, we're going to get into some fun questions, talking about relationship stuff. So, okay, this is a question. What's the deal breaker of your relationship?
What you watch on Netflix. Deal breaker.
Yeah.
Also, what jokes you do and do not laugh at. Deal breaker.
Okay.
I have a lot of deal. Actually, everything's a deal breaker. Everything's a deal breaker.
Everything is a deal breaker.
Everything's a deal breaker for me. Like any little thing.
Okay. Next question. What's the green flag of your first date?
Green flag would be if you're very like easygoing and go with the flow. Also, sense of humor is very important to me. Are you a highbrow sense of humor person who gets more intelligent jokes, intelligent humor, understand like things of that nature?
Okay.
Be very avant-garde.
All right. So it's not just physical attraction, right?
Yeah, but if you're really hot, that's out the window too. Like, it just depends. Like, are you Rihanna? If you're Rihanna, then,
This girl is
I don't care if you can read. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
But for us mere mortals, the idea is, yes, I would like, I'm definitely very much sapiosexual in the intelligence department.
Okay, yeah, personality by the end of the day, right?
100%.
Okay. So then what's a red flag of your first date?
A red flag on a first date would be chewing with your mouth open. Like if you're just like, oh yeah, and then like,
no table manners, right? I kind of imagine girls doing that as well.
I mean, I'm thinking of guys, but anybody. Like I can see, I'm just like thinking anyone,
Yeah, or like chewing with too much noise on, right?
And just to let everyone know, small things are indicative of larger things. So please be aware of all these little small things that certain people do. Like, pay attention, okay? Pay attention.
All right. So, Tehran, are you a good driver?
I am a, knock on wood, pretty decent driver.
Yeah.
I've been driving for a long time. So my family, like my dad has he has businesses and one of them is a mechanic shop. So I was always in the mechanic shop working. So I like work on cars a lot, or I did as a kid. I hate it, but I worked on a lot of cars and I was driving very early in my life. Like I was parking and driving and doing all that stuff very early on.
So you're definitely a good driver. I feel like
I'm a decent driver.
Difference between Persian and Asians, most Persians seems like really good drivers.
I feel like because once again, also another thing is if you can drive in Iran, you can drive anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
2 lanes become 6 really quick. Red light, green light, they're not really, So if you can drive in Iran, especially on some of those roads, you can drive almost anywhere.
Yeah, same as in China. Like my friends say, you go to Vietnam, all those third world countries, people drive crazy and they manage to survive, right?
Yeah, and they manage to get places and they survive and they're fine and no one and people don't even honk the same way here. Here it's like honk, it's a green light. There it's like, yo, honk, I'm about to flip over a canyon. Maybe if you can stop, maybe thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So
so that's why people say that Asian driver, bad driver. No, Asian driver was so good. We just don't know when and where to drift.
Actually, it's so interesting. We love saying Asian people aren't good drivers. And yet, statistically speaking, women and Asian drivers, according to insurance companies, are the best drivers.
I saw that article, yes. Yeah.
I mean, there's several things. Now, I also do think that they could be the ones causing the accidents. It could be the other way. But technically speaking, it's just really funny. I
Yeah.
find sometimes the people that think they're the best drivers, it's Dunning-Kruger effect. They're actually the worst drivers. You're getting mad at everybody. At some point, it's you, Jim. Like, you suck at driving.
Yes.
Everyone else isn't just not paying attention. It's you.
So what's your dream car?
You know, I've never really had a dream car.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'll tell you what my dream car is. Right now, my dream car is something like this. That's an electric car. Like, I'm an electric car person right now.
So you are.
Now, yeah, moving forward. So before, I didn't used to really be an electric car person.
Mm-hmm.
I always saw the benefits in them, but I never I was like, you know, it didn't really matter. But as gas price keeps increasing, 100% electric car all the way, 100%.
Yeah, now electric car like this one, it can be like sports car, it can be fast.
It can be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the cars are coming out. I'm probably gonna, you know, I like the Tesla X.
Yeah.
If I could get a good deal, I would already get one. I love, but like a new one, but you can't because Tesla is like you have to get what you get. But the idea is, I think electric cars are amazing vehicles.
It's good for environment and it can be super fast.
Exactly, and it's also I am very environmentally aware. That I think is the biggest problem on the planet, and none of us are paying attention, or very few of us.
Yeah, because we're in LA, where California people were most environmental. Okay, fun question, Tehran. If you can only choose one type of food to eat for the rest of your lifetime, what would it be?
You know, it's so funny. I'm not really a food person, so if I could eat like a cube and that cube would make me full and like I wouldn't need to eat, I would eat that. I'm a candy person. So if there's one candy that I would eat for the rest of my life, that one's tough. If there was one candy I could eat for the rest of my life, it might be Skittles. Maybe. It depends on my mood. I'm a candy person. Like, I eat candy and junk and I'm the worst.
Wow, you
Yeah.
still keep yourself in shape, even eat candies.
Thankfully, that's where that black genetics comes in handy. I'm just naturally like athletic and fit. Thank you. You know, college basketball, like I'm naturally athletic. Because if I was pure Persian, I'd be like a short, bald, fat Persian guy. But because I'm like tall, I'm fit. I have like, you know, like I have like the muscles. I don't even work out.
You don't
It's
even
just
work out?
Nothing. I need to start working out just because I feel like, especially after COVID, I wasn't as. I play basketball very often,
But
I
that's
wasn't
a
as
workout,
often.
right?
Yeah, that's a workout in a way. But I should work out. But thankfully, I eat the word. My diet is horrible. Actually. A funny story is Maz Jobrani, very famous comedian, very, very funny. I tour with Maz, and when I first started touring with Maz, this was like, 5-6 years ago, he was excited for me to go on tour because he had started working out and he wanted to be healthy. And so he thought, because he saw me, he used to think I was a very healthy person. You know, I'm very fit, I'm lean.
Yeah.
He thought, so when we go, he's like, hey, let's go get salad, let's go work out. And I'm like, nah, I don't do it. He's like, nah, but like, what do you eat? Let's eat some protein, carbohydrate. And I was like, nah, I just get McDonald's, Maz. I don't know. I love Wendy's 4 for $4. I don't really.
Yeah, I feel like genetic is like number one thing, right?
Yeah,
You know,
it
some
plays
people
a
can
part.
drink water every day. They can still be fat.
But here's another thing, though, and this is something that is very important too. You can be very like great on the outside, but your insides also matter. So my insides, thankfully, my labs always come back great, but like I don't want my insides to be ugly either. Like just because I'm fit on the outside, be fit on the inside.
Yeah, speaking of the inside, do you see yourself as a happy person? Because there is like a stereotype. People say, oh, lots of comedians are depressed, but I saw you as like very positive, always like have bright spirit in you. You're not like this kind of depressed kind of comedians.
Yeah, I'm not a hater. Yeah.
So.
Comedians can be like hater and depressful people. I am generally I'm a grumpy person. like I'm naturally always annoyed. That's my natural state. So people think it's personal. It's not personal.
Right.
I'm just always annoyed. Like, and, you know, but it makes me happy to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm happy being grumpy. Like don't try to ungrump me. Like I like being grumpy, so just let me be grumpy. Like we're good.
So you know how to manage your own like mental state very well.
I love life. Like I enjoy my life very
That's
much.
amazing. Okay, speaking of basketball, like what's your team?
I don't have a team. That's the funniest part.
You
I
don't-
really
how about
don't.
Lakers?
Sure. like,
you can-
like I don't have like a favorite team.
Yeah.
I like everyone that's doing great. I like the concept of basketball. I don't even really watch sports. I think sports are like kind of stupid if you really think about it. But I enjoy playing basketball. But like, you know, and I love the analysis of basketball. So I love watching ESPN, Sports Center, and how they like decipher what happened. But just because I like that kind of stuff, I also like that for science and math and physics, which is like my favorite subject. So it just depends. But honestly, no, great. Everyone in the league, you're doing great.
Yeah.
All my friends in the league, because I have a lot of friends who play, I love them. They're my favorites.
Awesome. Yeah.
So that's it. I'm like, oh, everyone should win. Good for them. It's just a sport. Did
Yeah,
it cure
sometimes-
cancer? Did you cure cancer? Nothing.
Yeah, people take sports too serious.
Very seriously.
I don't understand. They're like, "Oh my gosh, come on! It's not you are playing the sport. So why are you getting so angry?"
Exactly. They're getting, and the best to me is when like these like middle-aged guys or like old guys are yelling at the like, why didn't you do? Yo, that kid is 19 years old, bro. He's a 19-year-old. Like the Charlotte Hornets average age is 22 and a half, you know? Like,
Yeah.
yo, why are you yelling at these kids?
Yeah, they take it so serious.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. All right, so one last fun question. We're gonna play a game.
Okay, let's
All
play
right.
this game.
So one last question. Who is a person you would call if you end up in jail?
I would call me. That's the thing. I'm the person everyone would call when they end up in jail.
Really?
Yeah, so my only person would be my lawyer. Like, I would call me. I'm everyone's. Actually, we were just talking about this last night. I'm everyone's first. If I'm in trouble, don't call me if you broke up with your boyfriend. Don't call me if your cat died. Don't call me if your goldfish got flushed. Call me when you actually need me. Like I'm the I'm kidnapped. I'm being held hostage. I'm in jail. You know, I'm that person.
Wow.
I'm Rambo, House, and Ally McBeal. Like that's who I am.
And
I'm
plus,
there.
Yeah, you are like you have like a attorney, right? As your background.
Yeah, so I'm there. Like I get it.
I need
But-
yeah.
Yeah. Everyone needs, but that's it. So I would call me. I wouldn't know who to call.
But if somebody need to come to bail you out, right?
I mean, I have a bail stash, actually. I have a lawyer. I would just call my lawyer. That's who I
Bail
call.
stash, I love that.
Yeah.
I need to put your number on my speed dial just in
Yeah.
case any day.
Shout out to Allah Le Kamran. Shout out to Leora. I love both of you. My lawyers are on speed dial, ready to go.
That's so fun. All right, so Tehran, I'm gonna play this game. All right, so this is normally the game the couple play, but I play with my guests. I think it's a fun game. So this game is like 3 category: icebreaker, deep, and deeper. You can draw cards from each category.
You pick one.
I pick one for you.
Yeah, pick one from each one.
Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot. 'Cause-
I don't know. You're just drawing. It's free. It's like,
like, please read it.
yo.
Yeah.
Between us, who is better at keeping secrets? Like between you and I? Between us, who is better at
Normally,
keeping secrets?
this one is for couple. Let's draw another card.
I mean, I'm very good at keeping secrets.
You are?
So
yeah, I think for
Yeah.
girl, I'm actually pretty good. I'm not a very catty. You
that's
know.
good.
Yeah,
Even
most
though your
girls-
name's Cat, you're not Catty.
I'm not a catty. I'm not into gossip
You
at all.
literally have like cat ears on your head.
I just put it on. This
Yeah.
is my logo.
I got it.
The
but
ear is broke.
It's okay.
So you're good at keep secret.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping secrets. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's a skill set I have. I'm very private.
You're like such a good friend. You're somebody who can call when they end up in jail. You're gonna keep secret.
I'm keeping secrets. I'm a great. I want me to be friend zoned by the entire world. What's up, world? I'm
Best
a great
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to
Pick.
draw cards? Okay, I'm gonna
Go
do.
for Pick whatever you want. What's one thing I don't know about you? Well, considering that I'm really good at keeping secrets, there's a lot of things you don't know about me. Like a lot.
Name one.
That's the thing. I'm good at keeping secrets. I'll tell you something that is not a secret, but no one ever knows. Everyone, because I do a birthday show every year, and my birthday show is a very big deal. Everyone thinks my birthday show is on my birthday. It's not. My birthday like never falls on the same day. So everyone thinks that my birthday it's in February. My birthday's February 7th, but everyone thinks
coming
that's just
up.
on the show. Like whatever that day of the show is, they're like, oh, it's your birthday. And it's like, not really. Sometimes if I can't do my birthday when I'm like there, I'll do it like a month later.
Wow. So are you doing anything special this year?
I do a show every year. This year, February 9th, Thursday, February 9th, 10 p.m., Tehran birthday show. Best special guest, best show. It's live. Get your tickets now. Last year, Kevin Hart. Year
Wow.
before that, Tiffany Haddish. This year, you never know.
Wow, sounds like this is a birthday party.
that's a
Everyone
long
want to
time.
go.
Yeah, everyone wants to go. Something.
Awesome. So I'm gonna give you a birthday gift. I'm just gonna give you a birthday ride.
Oh, you're the best.
I will be your driver that day.
Yeah, just I don't know.
You're like, yeah, this is Asian female driver gonna be my driver that day.
Yeah, we'll take it. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
Then you can drink and have
I don't
fun.
drink.
You don't drink?
I've never
Tehran?
drank alcohol in my life. I don't drink. I
See,
don't
this
smoke.
is one thing I don't know about you.
There you go. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I've never drank. I've never smoked. I've never tried drugs. I don't even drink coffee.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you're like.
I've never had coffee. I've never drank alcohol. Because people are like, but have you tried? I'm like, I've never drank alcohol ever.
Wow.
I've never smoked weed. I've never tried any drugs. I've never.
Wow.
I don't know why. I'm
That's
just
very
always been
special.
straight edge.
Yeah, I never tried drugs in my life as well. People will be like, "Oh, you never tried drugs?" I said, I never tried a mushroom. Never done any of those.
If I did try a drug, it would be mushrooms, but I've
You
never
did?
tried it. I haven't tried it. But
Oh, okay.
if I did do a drug, it would probably be something like mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like, I've never understood why people would do crack or
Mm-hmm.
meth. Like, oh, look, I want to be the guy with no teeth. Why? Why would you want to be the guy with no teeth? Like, why is that the thing?
Yeah. Wow. Now I respect you even more right now.
Why? It's just not my thing. I don't
Yeah.
judge people who do. I just don't.
I feel the same.
And
way
I
as
just
well.
don't like people being sloppy. Other than that, if you do whatever you do, good for you.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I feel like sometimes when people get drunk, they get sloppy, and those like girls can get so. I remember years ago, I was at a Playboy Mansion. Like I saw those girls passed out. They were like so excited at Playboy Mansion. They passed out. I just feel that's not attractive. You don't have to just drink or doing drugs. You know?
Well, it's not attractive,
Yeah.
for me and you. But Bill Cosby, it's the best party ever. Jello, like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I just don't like to get sloppy,
Yeah.
and I wish like even if someone, I'm the like I said, the friend that you call when you need. So when I have friends that are drunk, I'm the designated driver. If I have friends that pass out, I'm the person to make sure that nothing happens to you. Like, so I just like to be aware.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I feel like I want to be aware what's going on.
Yeah.
Remember what kind of memory you have, right?
Exactly. I've just been through a lot in life in that regard. Like, so I just like being aware. You know.
Wow, that's like a definitely very special thing about you as well.
I appreciate that. But it's just, it's just my thing.
All right, one last question, one last card.
Go for it.
Okay. Here we go.
Have you done or would you do a boudoir shoot? So I've never done. Here's the thing. Let me help this out, guys. Guys, dick pics are not sexy. No one wants to see your dick. Even girls or guys who want to have sex with you, they don't want to see your dick. No one wants to see your fucking dick. Okay? No one likes your dick. You're not sexy, unless you're Chris Hemsworth or Michael B. Jordan in underwear. That's it. Like, there are 9 sexy guys on the planet. 9. And you're not one of them. So, but no, I've just never done like a sexy photo shoot.
That's good. I feel like when the guys wanted to do sex shoot, it's kind of, I don't know, I don't judge people, but I feel like sometimes you want to keep everything private, right?
It's just like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the sexy guy photo shoot. Even though the cover of GQ and Esquire, those guys, if you're one of those guys, definitely do the shoot. Like, if you're one of those guys, go Brad Pitt in his prime, Tom Brady, the underwear model, Boris Kojo. Boris Kojo should only wear underwear. Like, he should never wear clothes. He should only wear underwear and walk around the street in his underwear. Like, literally, Morris Chestnut should never wear a shirt in his life. That guy, I get it. Other than that, no.
But how do you feel about girls, like, doing those kind of, sex photos nowadays? Like, lots of girls, like, just send those photos to random guys or, like, their boyfriend. Do you think that is
You know how
off limits?
guys love to use the example, like, for firemen or something, and be like, the strongest woman will never be as strong as the strongest man? Okay, well, the sexiest man will never be as sexy as the sexiest woman. Like, women are just pieces of are like art. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're pieces of art, and men are pieces of shit. So, like, I can understand when women are whatever body positive reinforcement you need, you want to feel sexy, as long as it's your decision, more power to you. You want to do OnlyFans because you do OnlyFans, great for you. You know what I'm saying? People want to buy your feet, good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like, you will always, a lot of women, there are a lot of times that I'll see someone and it's like, yo, I'm not even attracted to them, but they're have like a unique attractiveness, or there's something that's like, yo, you're very attractive. I'm not attracted to them. It's not sexual. It's just like, yo, this is a look. This is a trend. This is a style. I like that.
So you appreciate it, woman.
Yeah, and if you happen to be sexy and you're like sexy and sending me pictures, amazing. I just don't expect me in that aspect to reciprocate. I'm not. Like it's not. Trust me. There's nothing here for you. You know what? Actually, you're probably too good looking for me. I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna go. Let's save ourselves some time.
Yeah. All right. So that's it, Tehran. Thank you so much for being my show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Kat. You know
all right. So
how's comedy going for you?
it's great. I feel like I progressed a lot, and then I feel like because I went through very bad breakup last year. Got out of this 5-year
All these things are good for comedy. Good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I feel like I learned so much, and because I was in this 5-year relationship with my ex-boyfriend, and then he doesn't want me to do stand-up comedy and lots of things as well.
He didn't want you to do stand-up.
Yeah, he doesn't want me to go out at night.
And now that he's not in the picture.
Yeah.
You've been able to progress.
Yeah, because I feel like, in the past I'm trying to, I don't mean I please him, but sort of like I want to be a good girlfriend.
Sure.
I want to, like, I feel like I was in jail. Like, the thing I couldn't be free. I feel like after I mean, that's a long story short, because the night we broke up, I used to have a Tesla. He locked me out of the Tesla and house keys in the Tesla as well. He kind of removed me from the access of Tesla. I couldn't get it back to the car, and the house keys in the car as well. So I couldn't get it back to house, couldn't get it back to, like, I had to go to my friend's sleepover that night. And then, because, like, also making me realize our relationship already came to the end. I just came to a realization, and like, I need to be just on my own. I felt I learned a lot. And I did lots of relationship, write those jokes from the 5-year experience. Nothing against him. I think he's a great guy. We just don't get along anymore.
I mean, I don't know him as a person. I don't know him. But just the Tesla thing is not great. Like, that shows a lot of imperfection in his character in that regard. And I don't know anything. Maybe he's a good guy and he was just bad for you. But there should never be a time when you're in a relationship and you should feel like you're in jail. That's the opposite of what a relationship is supposed to actually be. In fact, you should be the most free when you're around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be at your peak. It should be steel sharpened steel, in my opinion. It should be something where, I'm not saying you should just be blind supportive. However, you should be supportive. You should be compassionate. You should be understanding. And if you felt like you were in jail, then you know what? Not only did you make the right decision, you should probably thank him for showing you who he really is, and believe him. Always believe people when they show you who they really are.
Yeah, and also I think another thing, talking about drinking, when you mentioned that you don't drink, you don't do drugs, and all the things, because he has a drinking problem. Like, every night he would drink, and then that's the night he locked me out because he passed out, like, every night. So then I just, like, I feel like there's nothing I can do. Because the drinking problem is like the thing you have to go fix yourself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've never really been around people who had like a drinking problem, so I can only imagine what that's like. But it's just, you have a passion for comedy.
Yeah, I do love it.
I know you do.
When I get older, I even feel like more and more.
So I could never see you be with someone who couldn't support that. Just nothing. Remember, I don't know anything about the situation. I don't know his side of the story, nothing. But I couldn't see you being with someone that doesn't support your comedy. Yeah. I couldn't. Because that's like, He doesn't
want me to go out in the night, but there's no daytime comedy I can do.
But even, I mean, why does he not want to go out at night? Because he's afraid
No, because he passed out every night, like 8 p.m. and he wanted me to stay home, and he doesn't want me to go out after 8 every night because the comedy won't start like after 8, and then he's like,
So he wanted to be a strict conservative parent. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, once again, I don't know him. I'm not putting him down. It's just there is someone in the world that's like that, and it just doesn't happen to be you. That's all. There's someone who that matches perfectly. There are people who like different things. There's a guy in Germany right now who met a girl who likes to shit on his chest, and he likes it. Good for them, But it's just not for me, So, like, to each their own. And it's better off that you learn this 5 years in rather than 50 years in, because a lot of times people get stuck in relationships and then they get married and then they look back and they're like, I wish I hadn't. And it's like,
Yeah, I definitely learned a lot. Last year, I got out of that relationship. I think kind of make me appreciate comedy even better.
Yeah, comedy is definitely a therapy for your soul,
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tehran. I feel like you're the mentor and someone I look up to. Thank you so much for being my show. And that's the show. Bye, guys. Peace.